Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. We are speaking to Robbie Williams. And we catch you in your bed, Robbie Williams.
Yeah, I'm just at the end of some COVID business. So I'm just recuperating. I've been working really hard. I've been doing promo for my film forever and ever and ever. Then I got COVID. So I've just stayed in bed for 3 days.
Wow. Well, listen, Robbie, let me just introduce everybody. I know you're looking at a 3-shot here. I'm this guy. All right. And then Sherlyn.
Hello, Robbie.
And then
Hi,
Sibongile.
darling.
Hello.
Hi, darling.
And
Also, I'm so happy that you're recuperating. I thought this is just how rock stars do interviews from their beds.
Yeah, well, this one does. You guys, if there any, when was the last time you spent, and this is not, a double entendre, when was the last time you spent 3 days in bed?
my honeymoon.
How long ago was that?
So,
You need
Why
to get
did you-
this one right.
Why, Robbie? Why?
15 years ago.
2010, 15 years, sir. Yes.
I mean, I don't
Well,
have children, so it's every other weekend, Robbie.
Right. I'm currently really enjoying my time in bed. I would recommend it to anybody that hasn't done it for a while. But I'm actually looking forward to getting out of bed so I can do these shows that I've come to do.
Well, Robbie, let me tell you something. When it was announced that you were coming, I was never more excited. I've watched what I think is the single greatest concert film ever. Is Robbie Williams live at Nebworth, without a doubt, that you can watch like a movie. Incredible. Then I got
Bless you, mate. Thank you.
no, really the greatest concert film ever. And I urged all our listeners to watch that before the show tomorrow night. And then I got to see you it was 16 years ago here in South Africa. And I have seen everybody that's come through South Africa, which is everybody and anybody. And I've said, Sherlyn and Subs will back me up. I said the single greatest concert I have seen in my entire life was Robbie Williams in Pretoria.
Oh, bless you, mate. Well, I try my best to entertain. I feel as though I haven't got as much energy as I did back then, but I think I'm getting better. And now I've said that, I've made a rod for my back. But you come in at the show, right?
Of course, I'm gonna be there.
Judge for yourself.
Okay, well, I have no doubt that you're gonna rise to the occasion because, sure, Robbie, there's another fact. You know this about Mr. Robbie Williams. He is the biggest selling solo artist in the UK. 80 million. He's beaten Elton John and he's beaten Elvis Presley.
Sure, Robbie Williams.
Do you keep an eye on those numbers or not, Robbie?
You better believe I do. Yeah, it's I mean, I am a kind person, but I'm also ultra competitive, and it's unbelievable that those sort of figures and stats can be attributed to me. I also have imposter syndrome and don't believe that I deserve to receive that. But at the same time, if you put me in the arena, I am going to play. So I'm watching those stats, and I want to. I'm watching those stats and wanting to increase those stats.
Now, Robbie, in Cape Town, because what happened at Nebworth, it became a tradition. I know we're getting a different Robbie Williams, as you say. Last time you were here, we had single Robbie. Robbie that was, it seemed like anything went. Now we've got father of four, husband Robbie, sober Robbie.
Just turned 50, Robbie.
So is there going to be pulling a lady from the crowd, which seemed like a tradition from you, where you French kissed him on the stage?
Well, I am all of those Robbies that you've just said, but there will. I'd like to remain married. Let's just say that. Yeah, because I really like her, and B, it's really would cost me a lot of money. So I can't think that I will be ruining that. But I make up for it in other ways. You'll have to see for yourself.
Oh, now I'm really excited for the show.
No, I'm telling
Come
you,
on.
Cape Town, you don't know what's coming. And, Robbie, the thing is, what I loved about your show, I mean, the songs, it's sing along, let's throw your hands up, we do the chorus, you do the verses. It's that sort of show where we're going to sing from start to finish. But what I love about you, sir, is that you're an all-round entertainer. Your stories in between the songs, Robbie would go on for 3-4 minutes telling a hilarious story. I've never been to a concert where you've engaged an audience as much as that. So now, are the stories still there, or are we just going, Phil, she's the one, Angels, let me entertain you, rock DJ?
There will be stories. There will be crowd participation. There will be hilarity. And there will also be pathos. And, at one point in the show, you'll want to hug me, make sure that I'm all right. And in other times in the show, you want to slap me around the face and tell me to stop it.
Oh, we are so ready to go on that emotional journey with you.
Please.
Can't wait to sing along. In your song Feel, Robbie, and don't worry, I won't sing, but you say, I just want to feel real love in the home that I live in. Do you feel like you've manifested your dream life, Robbie?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I've been with my wife for 19 years, and we're in a non-traditional marriage, non-traditional in the fact that I really like her. We're 19 years in. We have 4 kids, and I did manifest that by singing that song. And I'm very, very, what can I say?
And with that, Robbie, I mean, you are a man who's been an entertainer for most of his life. You've gone through many seasons of your life. Which season is your favorite, or have all of them culminated into the better man that you are today?
Don't say Jerry Halliwell. Don't say Jerry Halliwell season.
Yeah, we'll skip that season. But you can still see it on DVD if you've got a DVD. Right now is the best. I get to experience joy where I didn't used to get to experience joy, and I'm grateful where I wasn't grateful, and I'm becoming the person that I always wanted to be. And so it's this season and these seasons right now. I'm on a upward trajectory when it comes to my mental health and my mental well-being. So I'm definitely preferring the senior circuit than than back in the day.
Now, Robbie, you know what? You've got such great stories, as I say. Now, it seems like that the stories come to you. You don't even have to make them. I'll tell you where I'm going. So I go and I do the show from Los Angeles for a week. And I know somebody that knows Vinnie Jones. So we have an introduction. This is 2010. And so now I'm going to interview Vinnie Jones. And Vinnie says, well, you know what? Come down to the soccer field and you might get to interview Robbie Williams as well, because we play like soccer on a Sunday afternoon. All the expat Brits living in Los Angeles said, come and, you'll get Robbie Williams there and hopefully he'll come down and kick around. So I go there to interview Vinnie Jones, and now I'm like, Vinnie, you know what? You're great, sir, but is Robbie coming? He says, oh, no, mate, Robbie can't make it today. So he said, but here's some other people. Here's another knight of the British Empire. Here's a guy called Kieran Lee. He's a porn star, and he's got the biggest dong in the world that was just being insured, like for I don't know how many. So I went there to interview Vinnie Jones and hopefully Robbie Williams, but I got Vinnie Jones and Kieran Lee, and then halfway through the interview, Kieran said to me, so you want to see my dong? So I'm like, well, yeah, okay. He said, we just got to go behind the toilets at the soccer pitch. So there I am wanting to interview Robbie Williams, and I'm looking at a porn star's dong behind the toilets.
But it just seems that the stories find you.
Now, do you remember those days? I mean, could you might have been at that soccer match with Vinnie Jones?
Yeah, I used to have my own soccer field up off Mulholland, but I then got arthritis in my back, so I can't kick a ball anymore. So the field had to go. But they were good times. Los Angeles in the sun, kicking a ball about with some Brits and some Yanks. A lot of fun.
But was Vinnie Jones there and all those porn stars? Was that your team?
There were porn stars. There was the odd Vinnie Jones kind of person. Where my football field was up on Mulholland was actually, and this is a true story, it was actually just around the corner from where they used to film porn in somebody's house. And one day there was a knock at the door, and it was 7 dwarfs, and they'd gone to the wrong house. True story.
So they were looking for Snow White.
And I don't, you know, look, I don't know if that's what you call, I don't know if it's 7 dwarfs anymore, but I'm sure that would have been the title of the film that they were about to make.
Also, Robbie, you realize how outrageous the sentence "I used to own a soccer field at Mulholland Drive" sounds. Do you feel like that's a normal thing to have had, or is it just all part and parcel of your autobiography?
I think that it's normal. It's abnormal that it's so normal, and then it's abnormal again. You know, there is so many things about my life that are surreal and insane. And thank you for pointing out that I then remember, oh yeah, this is highly unusual. Loads of I've been in bed for 3 days, and I've eaten 3 boxes of cake this morning. That's unusual. I'm surrounded by empty cups of quadruple espressos. None of this is normal.
It's all a fever dream.
Robbie.
Yeah.
Robbie.
Very long fever.
I don't want to bring the tone down, yeah? I don't think I will. But we had 3-4 months ago, Gary Barlow here. Now, I've seen your documentary. I haven't seen your movie yet.
Yeah.
It comes out on Friday. And the way that documentary pitched it was like you two were arch enemies and it ended terribly. And I said to Gary, Gary, how's the relationship? Because Gary was here filming for BBC. He does a wine show, right? And I said, how's it going with Robbie? He says, we're best mates. We chat almost every day.
Yeah, we are. I love him. He loves me. We didn't used to, but then we grew up. You know, we were in a boy band together. I was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. He was 18, 19, 20, 21. It was a bit like Lord of the Flies. In many ways, it was not our fault that we were kind of pitched against each other. But we were. And then I left Take That at a time in the 90s when it was lauded to be mean and funny. And I was mean and funny about Gaz. And then eventually I and he needed to heal our relationship, and I needed to not be mean and funny anymore. I just needed to be loving to a person that I loved very much. And now we're mates, and I love him and respect him, and he's an incredible man and father. And I really look up to him.
Now, as you've mellowed clearly I know we've got to wrap up here, Robbie, but Liam Gallagher, they're on a world tour now. Do you still want to fight him?
Well, I've asked twice. He said no twice.
I don't think he can throw his hands. I think you would take him.
Oh, the back though, Robbie, the back.
No, my back. I can't play football, but I can box. Weirdly. But listen, he's another person that I love. You know, I think that his energy and personality is actually more needed now than it was then, when everybody is terrified to be authentic and when everybody is terrified to be a personality. There is a Liam Gallagher in the world being authentic, being a personality, and not being vanilla. So he's another person that I love.
Robbie, just hearing you talking about these people, clearly there's been a lot of growth. Now, I still want to know, though, in your biopic, Better Man, why are you being portrayed as a CGI chimp? Why an animal? And out of all of the animals in the world, why a chimp?
I'm what? I'm what in the film?
She means a monkey.
A chimpanzee.
Nobody's told me.
Is that the final cut?
No, the simple. What a terrible idea.
Because I was prepared for a biopic and I was like, who's this sexy monkey?
Yeah, that's the monkey. The truth of the matter is that the biopic genre is long and it's getting a bit boring. We know how it goes. And the truth of the matter is we needed a USP, a different angle. And this is definitely a different angle. Michael Gracie, the director of the movie, came in and he said, what is your spirit animal? And I was looking for some self-worth at the time. And I said, I am a lion. And he looked at me he's Australian, and he looked at me with his head cocked and he was like, come on, mate. And I was like, well, monkey? And he went, yeah, it's the idea. And I love the fact that not everything has to make sense. I love audacity. My whole career is based on audacity. And this is an audacious idea and an audacious swing. And weirdly, and you'll have to take my word for it, it works better, this monkey playing me, than it does a human playing me. And there is a bunch of things why I think that it is, but there is also this undefinable magic that it creates. Take my word for it, it works so well.
Well, that comes out Friday. You're coming out on Wednesday tomorrow night at the DHL Stadium. Robbie, you're a legend. We love you. Don't ever change, man.
Bless you. Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you for being kind.
Well, thank you for being Robbie Williams.
Peace be with you, brothers and sisters.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, Robbie Williams.
Thank you, Robbie.
KFM.